I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing a reading on the topic of, are you meant to practice magic in this lifetime? And what type of magic? So you have 4 cards to choose from left to right: card 1, card 2, card 3, and card 4. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose, and I will see you in your reading. Okay, so if you picked pile 1 or card 1, let's see what you got. The spell is cast. Let go. So definitely the answer for you guys is yes, you're supposed to be practicing magic in this lifetime. So let's get some more information about what type of magic. Cards flying already for you guys. So for you guys, you're supposed to be practicing a type of magic that calls on spirits. The type of spirits you're supposed to be working with are spirits that are demonized by the church, but not necessarily demons, not necessarily the Goetia demons. So any kind of pantheon that was demonized by the church, could be the Orishas, could be the Nordic gods, the Viking gods, could be gods like Hecate or Pan or Medusa, or the Greek gods, any type of pantheon that was demonized by the church, but again, not necessarily the Goetic demons. See what will occur. Okay, so if you guys do practice this magic, I do see abundance. So 9 of Pentacles, so you will have an abundant life, prosperity, a prosperous life, if you work on practicing this type of magic. So your life will get better, it will become more prosperous and abundant. Underneath the deck, I have this Page of Wands. So you do have to practice. It's not going to come very easy for you right off the bat, but you are aligned with this type of magic, so you will be able to get better at it, but it will take some practice. Start off small. Don't try to like jump to like the big guns right away. If there are some like really big gods who would intimidate you, or really big spirits who intimidate you, maybe start smaller, or maybe don't ask them for large things right off the bat. Start with small things, start with smaller spells, and work your way up. And if you focus on starting off with smaller spells and working your way up, you will reach this abundant state here with this 9 of Pentacles. So don't try to jump all in right away, and because you're going to get discouraged if you feel like your spells aren't working because you're starting too big. So start off small. Some of these deities could be, and these spirits could be attached to your ancestral line. They could also be attached to past lives of yours. So if you feel like you're not aligned with the deities of your ancestral line, it could be, and you feel like you're aligned, or you feel more in tune with deities of another ancestral line, that would mean that you were working with them in a past life. So listen to that, go with that, and so listen to your intuition about which types of entities to work with. But again, they're demonized entities, but they're not Goetic demons. So those are your messages for pile 1. Okay, so if those of you who chose card 2, okay, you got the invitation, yes. So the answer for you guys is definitely yes. You're supposed to be working magic in this lifetime. So let's get some more information about what kind of magic. So the type of magic that pile number 2 that you're supposed to be working in this lifetime is group magic or partnership magic or coven magic. So you're meant to work with a coven of witches or at least a small group or a partnership. You know, like those movies where the girls get together and they start a little coven, like little teenage girls or something like that. Like I'm thinking about The Craft or the second Hocus Pocus, or even Sabrina the Teenage Witch, where she, or the Chilling, more like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, where she worked with her family, that sort of stuff. So you're meant to have a partnership in this lifetime. So let's see what will occur if you do this. You will be able to fight off oppositions. So in this lifetime, you may be feeling like you have, I mean, everyone feels that they have oppositions from time to time, but you may be feeling like you have a bit more than the average person, that you have to like fight for your positions and you have to do things on your own where like no one is really helping you, or getting things are difficult, like getting to higher positions is difficult for you. You may also feel like you don't have a lot of options, or that you don't know which path to take or what goals to go after for your lifetime. So you guys are coming off kind of confused about your life path and your trajectory, and you feel like every time you have to like maybe get a job or get a promotion or save some money or get a good apartment or move somewhere or get into a school or get anything or attain any kind of goal, you feel like you have to fight with it with multiple people, and you feel like you're on your own. So the types of spells that will help you are ones where you work again in a partnership or with a coven, so that you guys can like bounce your energies off of each other and combine your energies, combine your powers, so that they're more likely to work for you. So you guys can 1 week or 1 month focus on one person's goals, and then the next week or the next month focus on someone else's goals. So you guys combine your energies and focus on an individual's goals. And that would make that individual's goals more likely to manifest, because you have more energy that's collaborating towards that goal. So you guys will not be very successful on doing magic on your own. So you may have found, the Fool in reverse, you may have found that when you try to do things on your own or do spells on your own, that they weren't really working. So you guys won't really have much success on your own. So you need at least one other person. It doesn't have to be a big coven. For some of you, this may vary. Like obviously the more people, the better to a certain point. Then you get to a certain point and then you're just scattering energies. But at least one other person, preferably 2, where you guys all focus on a goal at the same time. And then your life, it will get easier for you. Your life will get easier. You'll be able to attain these things more easily. So when you find that usually where you would have blockages to attain certain goals, you'll find that you'll attain them with more ease if you work in a collaborative group, witch group. So that is your answer for group 2. So group 3, you got the seasons of the witch, honoring cycles. Now this card is interesting. Okay, so the answer for you guys is that you're meant to be working magic in this lifetime, but not perpetually, not constantly like the last 2 groups. You're meant to do them at certain periods of your life and then just drop it and focus on the mundane life. So there'll be certain periods of the year where, or certain periods of your life where something will pop up and it's an opportunity for you to do a spell. And then when that spell comes through, you thank the spirits for their assistance, and then you just go back to your regular life and you don't think about it too much. So let's get some more information on what kind of, well, I already got the information on what kind of magic, but it's magic, cyclical magic. Okay, so I did mention that it's cyclical magic. The times specifically, of course, listen to your intuition, but specifically the times where you would need to do these spells are times where you're going into a transition. You're going through a transition in your life where you're shifting from one position or one type of situation into another type of situation. So though when you're shifting, and there's, especially when there's going to be competition for the shift, those are the opportunities, and when things could go wrong, when it could fall apart or it could fall through, the opportunity could fall through. Those are the instances where you're supposed to be doing magic. So obvious examples are when you're shifting jobs. If you're transitioning from one job to another, that transition period is a time for you to do a spell to ease your transition and to get a great new position, and also to get one quickly so that you're not unemployed for too long. That's a situation where you would do a spell. If you have to move, that's another, especially longer distances. If it's a short distance, not so much, it's not a big deal. But if it's longer distances, you might want to do a spell so that it goes smoothly. Also, if you're looking to buy a home or you're looking for a new apartment, and especially if you live in a city where there's a lot of competition for apartments, or if you already gave your notice and you're on a time crunch to find a new apartment, that is an opportunity to do a spell as well. And also if you're trying to find a house in your budget, or any kind of time crunch or transition, that's the opportunity for you to do a spell. So let's see how will your life go if you practice this magic. You won't be defeated. We have the 5 of Swords reversed. So you won't be defeated by competition. It's all about competition, and especially stuff to do with finances. So you guys are meant to focus on your career and other things in your life, but like other mundane things, and not so much magic. We have the Queen of Swords here, so she's very logical. Look, she even has a book in her hand. The Knight of Pentacles is again very grounded and logical. So your life will, when you work in these cycles, you'll be able to avoid pitfalls, and your career and your life in general will be at a higher level. It will be more stable and also be at a higher level, the level that you want it to be at, whatever. So you'll be able to attain the levels that you are trying to attain by working this type of magic. So those are your messages for group 3. Okay, group 4. You got the High Priestess, leadership. So the answer is definitely yes. You guys are meant to work magic in a solitary fashion, as opposed to, which was it? Was it group 2? So definitely you guys are the solo witches, the solitary witches. Let's get some more information. Oh my god, is that the hermit? Guys, I can't make this up. This is the hermit. So definitely you guys are meant to work magic on your own. I love that. Don't get help from outside sources. Don't get help from other people. They may mess up your workings. So whereas with the other group, I think it was group 2, trying to do things on their own would have resulted in failure, and the collaborative energies of their coven would have propelled their spells and their manifestations. For you guys, it's the complete opposite. If you have a bunch of people trying to work on your manifestation with you and your spells with you, their energies are going to not combine well with your energy. They're going to combat your energy and oppose it in some sort of way, or fracture it. I'm seeing like fracture the energy, make it frazzled in some sort of way. So that won't be a very good idea to work with other people. You need to work solitarily. Let's see what else I'm seeing. You guys have a symbiotic relationship with your subconscious mind. And even under the deck, I do have this King of Swords here. So what I'm seeing is that doing spells that work on your subconscious will assist you with manifesting more easily, because your subconscious is working like 24/7 basically, and it can work longer and like longer hours. It could spend more time on your spells than your conscious mind can. So there is a kind of symbiotic relationship with you and your subconscious, I'm seeing. Also between you and your exalted self, your higher self, your daemon, that relationship will do well for you as well. So you should focus more on yourself, on your own higher self, your daemon and your subconscious, and less so on external spirits. But that doesn't mean that you won't be able to use external spirits with your workings, but your spells need to focus more on influencing yourself, like transforming yourself, so that you can just end up attracting your goals, end up attracting what you're trying to attract. So transforming yourself is like inner alchemy, inner transformations, and inner workings. So self alchemy, also working on fragments of yourself. So your shadow, your mirror self, your inner child, working on all of these different aspects of yourself and combining. You need to get to a point where you end up combining all of these different versions of yourself, elements of yourself, so that they are cohesive, so that they're not working against each other. Because the reason why your magic doesn't work sometimes is because you have different aspects of yourself that are working against each other, or that are not working symbiotically. So focusing on self-collaboration. So it's not collaborating with other people, but self-collaboration. That will assist you the most. So you guys are definitely the hermits. You're the solo witches. Let's see if you're supposed to be working with spirits as well. Yep. I'm seeing you more enticing spirits to help you. So yeah, there is some working with spirits here. It's giving them offerings, I'm seeing, and enticing them to assist you with influencing certain aspects of yourself. So like working with energies that have the archetypes that you're trying to embody, that will assist you the best. So it's not so much working with entities and spirits. I think that was group 1. That was more working with external spirits to do their workings for them or with them, sort of thing. For you guys, it's more working with spirits in terms of the archetypes to better and more quickly and more substantially embody the archetypes. So to reach cohesion within yourself. So let's see what will happen. Oh, wow. The card just flew out. Okay, it's the Page of Wands reversed. Let's see what will happen if you work this magic. Oh, 2 pages reversed, huh? So I'm seeing this as your fragments will, again, be more cohesive. That's what will happen. Smaller fragments of yourself will morph into the larger fragments of yourself. So like if you think of multiple fragments of your shadow, for example, they'll all kind of coalesce into just one shadow. So it's easier to deal with, because dealing with like 100 pieces is more difficult than dealing with, say, 5 pieces. So with these 2 pages being reversed, I'm seeing like these smaller bits are going to not be so much of a problem anymore. So that's what you can expect as a result. Also, you'll be more at ease and more in a perpetual meditative state with this 4 of Swords, because you're not really internally fighting with yourself. So you'll be more at ease, you'll be more whole, you'll be more of like one unit. And I do believe you guys are going to reach enlightenment in this lifetime if you practice this sort of magic. So those are your messages for Pile 4, and that is the messages for everyone. So see you in my next reading.